Om Shanti, 24th March, English Murli. Sweet children, you have received good sense from the Father, and the locks on your intellects have opened. Therefore, it is your duty to give everyone the cooperation of your intellects. Question: what desire is created within you children at the confluence age, which only the Father fulfills? Answer: at the confluence stage, you children desire to go to heaven. Previously, you never even thought that you would go to heaven. This new desire is created now and only the Father fulfills it. When this desire is fulfilled, you will not have any more desires. It is sung that nothing is lacking in the treasure store of the deities. Song: at last the day for which we had been waiting has come. Om Shanti. The day will definitely come for all the devotees. Everyone remembers God. All are Sitas, the devotees. All are unhappy. The day eventually comes when God, having been remembered, comes and holds your hand. He is also called the boatman, the master of the garden and the purifier. You children now know that you are holding the hand of the One and that you have changed from atheist into theist. The Father has given you children His own introduction, and in order to give you the inheritance, He has made you belong to Him. You receive an inheritance from a Father. That one is the unlimited Father, the Supreme Father. That is why all the devotee children remember Him. However, those devotees do not understand this aspect. They go on pilgrimages and take musical instruments with them with so much splendor. There is the Kumbh Mela, and they study the Vedas and scriptures. All of that is the paraphernalia of the path of devotion. They remember God so that He will eventually liberate them from this degradation. They continue to call out to Him. However, no one knows the Father. It is as though those who do not know the Father are not His children, because they do not know the Father. They are atheist and have nothing but sorrow. After becoming a child of the Father's, there is constant happiness. The Father is the creator of heaven. Not everyone will go there. Only a limited number will come to claim their inheritance from the Father. Those of all the other religions come to claim the inheritance of liberation. Everyone has to receive it from the Father. The Father says, I am now explaining easy things to you all. Simply remember me, your Father. It is this Father who explains that you met Him 5,000 years ago, and that you will continue to meet Him every 5,000 years. This is like an old point for you. You lost the kingdom every cycle and then attain it. Only you take 84 births. This is the last of many births. You children understand that you were previously in the ocean of milk, and that you then became trapped in the ocean of poison. There is no ocean of milk or ocean of poison, but you were pure and then Maya, Ravana, made you impure. So, the Father has now come to purify you. It says in the song, at last the day has come. On the path of devotion, you did not have any desire to become the masters of heaven. This aspect was not even in your intellects. This Baba used to study and listen to the Gita a great deal. However, he did not have any desire to study Raj Yoga or to change from an ordinary man into Narayan. The Father just suddenly came and entered him. Baba says, I have now come to fulfill your desire for heaven. Now, instill in your intellects the desire to go to heaven. The Father is the creator of heaven. He sits here and explains everything to you so easily. Yes, lust is the greatest enemy. Even sannyasis say this. This is why they leave their homes and families. But that is a matter of just one or two. Their paths of isolation are fixed in the drama. They too are devotees. They speak of God, the Father, but they don't know who He is. Then they say, chant the name of Radhe and Govinda. Krishna remembered as the cowherd. Whose name should they chant? They have named Krishna Govinda. They have written whatever they had. Whom should they call Govinda? Only the one Father looks after the cows and plays the Murli, the flute. In fact, it is a question of human cows. Previously, you didn't understand anything. The Father has now come and give you good sense. Maya, Ravana, gives you bad sense, and the Father gives you good sense. Good sense is from Shiv Baba, and bad sense is from Ravana. Good sense means Srimad, and bad sense means false directions. You now understand the contrast. We were following false directions, and we had no desire to go to heaven. The Father has now created a new desire. There is nothing lacking there for which we would have to beat your head. All of you now have a new desire. Although you make effort, number-wise, the Father gives you number-one directions. It is said that person is just that even if Brahma were to come down here, he would not accept Brahma's direction. This is remembered of the end. Your praise will be sung at the end. When you become perfect, your praise will be sung. At present, you continue to climb and fall. 1 minute you dance in happiness, and the next minute you become a corpse. Maya makes you stumble in many different ways. She tangles the thread in one way or another, so that you stop following Srimad and follow the dictates of Ravana, and you then continue to cry out in distress. The Father says, continue to be cautious at every step. Only by following Srimad will you benefit. The Father has created this desire within you that only by following Srimad you will become like Lakshmi and Narayan. Brahma becomes that, and the same applies to you. Do not forget this aspect. However, Maya is such that she does not give you a chance to take Srimad. She makes you perform wrong actions in one way or another. Having performed wrong action, you then come and tell Baba, Baba, I performed this action. I did not have time to take any advice from you. What can I do now? If Maya slapped you, what can the Father do? You need to be very cautious in every aspect, at every step. Sannyasis would never say that it is possible for a man and woman to live together and remain pure. There are many tactics for this. To call yourself Brahma Kumars and Kumaris is such a great method. You children become Brahma Kumars and Kumaris, and so you must never defame the clan. The relationship of brother and sister is never wrong. It is against the law for a brother and sister to marry one another. Here, all are brothers and sisters. Those people laugh at this system, saying, then, where did this system come from? This is a new aspect. No one can give you such advice. People say, if you are decayed, you must be brothers and sisters. You must make this firm in their intellects because there is a lock on everyone's intellect. They have stone intellects. You should open the locks on their intellects. There are many centers and they all call themselves Brahma Kumars and Kumaris, and so they are. brothers and sisters. Therefore, they cannot criminally assault anyone. It is impossible. This is the new creation of God. Those people say that they have never heard this in the Gita. The Father says, I teach you all of this. Later, Shiv Baba will not remain, nor will the Brahma Kumars and Kumaris remain. The knowledge will disappear. You will not be able to hear it. I am now teaching you Raj Yoga. When the kingdom is established, all of this will have finished. It is not mentioned in the scriptures that the Pandavas established a kingdom. The deities were the masters of the pure world, whereas devils belonged to the impure world. How could they fight each other? Would they come from heaven to fight those in hell? Acha, how could there have been a war between the deities and the devils? There must definitely have been a confluence. Would they bring their own armies and fight each other? No kind of calculation of this can be made. There are no deities where there are devils, and there are no devils where there are deities. So, how could there be a war? There cannot be a war between the Kauravas and the Pandavas either. How could those who are following Srimad battle with anyone? It is human beings who make each other fight. The Father cannot give you permission to battle or to gamble. The Pandavas are not such fools that they would not follow Srimad but gamble and also fight among themselves. Baba has explained that this is the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. Innocent ones are assaulted a great deal. They are distressed so much because of vice. Tell them, God has explained that lust is the greatest enemy. By conquering it, you will go to heaven. When you explain in this way, many become victorious. Then they are called goddesses and are worshipped. They even receive a lot of help. People become afraid when they hear that husband and wife live together and remain pure. They think it's impossible. They say that there must be some magic here. They tell others never to go to such a spiritual gathering. In the beginning, the daughters came running, and so that reputation was created. The bhakti was created, and so they had to come running here. Those who are in bondage receive a lot of advice. You need a lot of courage in this. Those who are poor would think, nothing matters. Why should we lose the kingdom of heaven because of this? Even if they throw me out of this house, I will go and wash dishes or sweep floors. Those who are from wealthy homes cannot live everything in this way. In the beginning, it was the children's part. This is very easy for those who are poor. Baba says, if you come to Baba, you will first have to sweep the floor and do everything. The storms of Maya will come with great force. You will remember your children too. Therefore, you must be very cautious. When you become conquerors of attachment, that is then something. Shiv Baba has to give you directions. You have received knowledge. It does not matter what type of clothes you wear. The Father sets you in His eyes and takes you to heaven. The bride follows the bridegroom, and they have an oil lamp lit in a clay pot. The Father comes to make everyone beautiful and take them home. Everyone will become pure. There is a burden of sin on everyone's head. So, you have to settle your accounts and return home at the end. You are making so much effort to stay in remembrance. Those who do not make effort will go into liberation just like that. At the time of settlement, they will have to experience a lot of punishment, and then they will return to the land of liberation. The original religion of the soul is peace. We sit here in a bodiless state. We do not do anything with these physical organs. We just sit in silence, but for how long? Eventually, you have to perform actions. Sages and holy men do not know that the original religion of the soul is peace. Sannyasis go to search for peace, whereas Baba says peace is the garland around your neck. So, why should we go into a forest? We are karma yogis. Baba says, remember me, and your sins will be absolved. Then, also remember heaven. The chaos for devotion has been distressing you for 63 births. You are now being liberated from all of that upheaval. Baba gives you the direction to become bodiless, because you now have to come to me, and I will then send you to heaven. There is no question of upheaval in this. On the path of devotion, you stumbled a great deal. You will have to stumble once again. Everyone has to become Tamopradhan while taking rebirth. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. First point, be very cautious at every step. Do not become confused when following Srimad. Never defame the clan. Second point, in order to go to the Father, settle all your old accounts. Make full effort to become bodiless. Blessing, may you be an embodiment of remembrance and remain soul conscious with the light and might of knowledge. Description, your eternal form is of an incorporeal point of light, and your original form is that of a deity soul. You will only be able to have both forms in your awareness when you have the practice of remaining stable in the stage of soul consciousness on the basis of the light and might of knowledge. To become a Brahmin means to be an embodiment of the awareness of the light and might of knowledge. Those who are embodiments of remembrance remain content themselves and also make others content. Slogan, to experience greatness in ordinariness is to be a great soul. Om Shanti.